Hey, what's going on YouTube? Find Some Green here. I know it's been quite a while, but we finally have some MLB The Show news that's kind of exciting. Let's all take a moment of silence and pay our respects to sets and seasons. Yeah, right, that ain't happening. Okay, so it's gone. They've announced that it's gone. I'm sure everybody's quite excited that it's gone. If you're not excited that it's gone, I don't know what to say to you, because I think most of the general population pretty much hated it. SDS put out a blog post, we'll call it today, discussing the future of MLB The Show, and today we're going to go through real quick and talk about the finer points of it and the kind of, I don't know if it's concerning points, but, well, we'll get into that in a minute. All right, let's dig in, shall we? So the post today says, Major League Baseball's exciting 2024 season has wrapped, and with MLB The Show 24 season content arriving tomorrow, we at San Diego Studio wanted to take a moment to share a sneak peek at the future of this franchise. Beginning tomorrow, all fans can enjoy every card in MLB The Show 24 as we move into Season 4 with the release of 2024 Finest, and with more content coming. Yes, this also means the cards in your inventory from previous seasons in MLB The Show 24 can be enjoyed again. It's about time. Now granted, you had your wild cards, but that's beside the point. They go on to say, we appreciate the feedback from our community and have also decided that sets and seasons will not be returning to MLB The Show 25, allowing every card to be used freely throughout the year. While we look forward to sharing more about our live content plans for MLB The Show 25 at a later date, our Season 4 approach gives you a sense of the direction of MLB The Show 25. Well, the one thing we know about Season 4 right now is that they plan on doing 99 overall captains. Now, I have no knowledge if they plan on using 99 overall captains from the jump, but it might be kind of cool where they're like the most special card on your team for the beginning of the cycle, and everything else just is like a ramp up like it used to be, but you do have that one special card or two special cards if you have hitter and pitcher captains. That could be a thing. I'm not saying it'll be the best thing, but it could be a thing. It might not be the worst thing. You know, I know running around with Donnie Baseball and Whitey Ford this year weren't exactly fun when they were down in the 87s and the rest of the squad was in the high 90s because their stats didn't really keep up. And I wound up finding myself using captains that were more meta than captains that I really wanted to use, just because of the fact that why wouldn't you try to enjoy the boost to give you the best chance to increase your players? Let's continue. We're also excited to share that you, our fans, will be able to earn rewards in MLB The Show 24 to jumpstart your MLB The Show 25 experience. Beginning tomorrow, you can start earning now and later MLB The Show packs in playable content throughout Diamond Dynasty. Each now and later MLB The Show pack earned in MLB The Show 24 will grant MLB The Show pack in MLB The Show 25. Now, listen, this is cool. It's a nice thing they're doing. For me personally, I view it as more they're trying to bring some of the player base back for Season 4. That way they can show that it wasn't a complete shit show for the entire year. So they're dangling that carrot out in front of you, saying, hey, if you play our game now, you'll get something for it in 25. I don't know what exactly they plan on giving us in MLB The Show 25, but I can't imagine it's going to be anything great. You know, you might hope for a captain pack here or there, or if not a captain pack, maybe a Legends pack or a breakout pack, or pick some obscure pack that isn't the typical pack. Otherwise, it's probably just gonna be a gold pack, or it's just gonna be a show pack. The gold pack could be useful though, especially on launch, if we actually get it on launch. It really depends. Although I have to say, and I know this is slightly off topic, but after leaving the show and going and playing college football and then going and playing Madden for a bit, I know we give these guys a whole lot of shit about how much crap they don't care about us and they don't listen to us and they don't do this with us and they don't do that with us. But I challenge you to go deal with those fucking morons over at EA for about a month or even just like 2 days and watch them completely shit all over the game, make no apologies for it, and just decimate their player base. Because that's what happened this past week. I was going to make a video on it, but it just wasn't worth my time because they're really not worth anybody's time. Now, with that said, as we work to develop the most authentic and realistic Major League Baseball experience possible, we also wanted to share a sneak peek showing just some of what is to come next year, and it will be The Show 25. They're doing a bit of an update to Road to the Show, Road to the Show deepen the player's journey before being drafted and return control to how a player develops and grows in new and interesting ways. I know they say new and interesting ways. However, some of the new stuff they brought back this year, hence the brought back, was stuff they had done in years past or had taken from other games. So it was new to the show, but it wasn't really new. I'm wondering if they revert back to like 15, 16, or somewhere around there. I don't think it'll ever go back to being able to buy attribute points with stubs, but they might go back to going that route where you get to really assign everything, whereas the last couple of years it's just been hit a whole bunch of home runs and watch the stat bars grow, which was relatively boring. For stub grinding, it was great because you just sat there and chilled and watched Netflix and, hit a whole bunch of home runs and then collected packs and sold off the equipment. Diamond Dynasty, alongside the retirement of sets and seasons, our fans can look forward to all new elements of the Diamond Dynasty experience, blended with what our fans love most about Diamond Dynasty. This is the only part about this entire post that I'm a little concerned about, is they don't really specify what we love about Diamond Dynasty, because you don't know who they're talking about. Right? There are certain players that they really just they love offline grinding, and I don't know if they're as much as the online crowd. I find myself in between. I don't love doing just offline, but I don't love doing strictly online. I like to play to just kind of enjoy myself and build a roster how I want and whatever. Like, I'll do BR. I'll make sure to try to do the World Series, at least programs. I hardly played any events this year. But I'm curious to see what they plan on doing to bring in new elements. I know I said it in last year's post. They really need to change up events. And I'm not talking about the time frame, and I'm not talking so much about the difficulty or quick counts. Like, they need to do something to give it a facelift. And when I say that, I'm going to revert back to the football games with their events. Like, they have us do 3-inning games. They didn't make us do any 6-inning games this year. I think we only had 1 or 2 events in the Hall of Fame. But it'd be cool if they just put us like directly in the 9th inning. Take your closer, have a situation, and either you're the one pitching or you're the one hitting. And either you win or you lose, but everyone's in and they're out quick. And it's done. And it's quick. And they could increase the amount of wins that you need potentially. That way they can still show that you're getting content in, but at least it'd be something different. And the system would have to make sure that it gives you your fair share of, I hate that phrase, but to give you your turn at being either pitching or hitting, and not just always being one or the other, because then that kind of sucks. Although with over 70,000 players, it's potentially possible that you wouldn't know the difference anyway. If you're winning, you don't really care, but it would just be something to do, right? It'd be something different to do. It's kind of like almost taking a moment, and instead of making it us versus the computer, it's us versus another player. It may not be the best idea, but it's better than having no ideas, because it's just been the same basic thing over and over again. And the last time we gave these guys, well, obviously they always have control, but the last time they decided to do something different, we got sets and seasons for 2 years, and they just absolutely murdered us with it. So anyway, franchise says that they're going to have improved trade valuation metrics are coming along with a new fun and engaging off-season experience. I feel like we've heard this before. The trade valuations still aren't great. They haven't been. Franchise was the whole reason why I started playing the show. And then I switched over to Road to the Show. And then one day I came across collecting baseballs and jerseys and hats and Sword Immortals and Griffey and Piazza, and those were the guys I watched as a kid growing up, and I got hooked on Diamond Dynasty. That being said, franchise has taken a major step back from what it was. I don't know if I ever go back to playing it. When everything went to the wayside this year, I didn't go back to franchise. I went and I found a different game to play. I don't know how many of you actually jumped ship and went to college football, but I'm not playing the ultimate team version of that, but I'm still going strong with like 8 guys or 7 guys, and we have a whole dynasty that runs, and I think we're on like year 9, and it's been a blast. We've got guys that tell stories about the guys they drafted. We have guys that tell stories about the teams that they're building. We have repeated competitive playoff runs. Rivalries are being grown between playoffs and regular season battles and conference championship games where you face off against the same guy a couple times. It's been a blast. I wish that they would do a better online, or just an online franchise in general for baseball, instead of us having to create our own, which is kind of weird. But anyway, now the interesting one's going to be the gameplay experience. It says, with the expansion of the QuickTime events, defensive AI, and pathing updates, enjoy more engaging moment-to-moment gameplay. I'm not totally sure what all that means. The one thing that I'm pretty sure is still happening is that they're going to keep it on last gen. I think we're in year 4, almost year 5 of the now current gen, and they're still building the game for PS4. Until they finally let PS4 go, which I understand that they're not doing that yet, but until they do, the gameplay and the graphics, they're going to be a step behind. There's no way they can't be. I wish that they would just do dedicated servers for their gameplay. That would take a major load off of anybody trying to play online and dealing with seriously preventative lag. But that's something for another conversation. That'll be part of the ways to make MLB The Show 25 better. And yeah. So it says, for the latest information on MLB The Show, be sure to head to theshow.com, sign up for the scouting report, follow us on X, Facebook, and our Instagram accounts. I'm not going to do disclaimers when needing internet connections. You guys, if you're playing online, you already know that. Oh, I mean, listen, it's great they're getting away from sets and seasons. I think sets and seasons could have been something, but it wasn't handled properly. It wasn't handled properly. They could have had the set, because sets and seasons, it's all the same thing. The set is the season. I don't understand why they bothered to use both words. It's irrelevant, I guess. At the end of the day, they could have made it where you could have used all the cards and then you started to replace the cards as cards from season 2 and then cards from season 3 and cards from season 4 we get to use everything, but you get the point. As everything rolled out, you could just drop stuff off. Like, the one thing that I will say about Madden, as much as I can't stand EA, is that their season 1, they gave you like 4 cards at the jump that were 84 overall, and you could upgrade them up to, I want to say it was 80, 89, 88, 89. No, season 2 was 89. Season 1 was 86. You could upgrade the cards, 4 cards to 86s, which you could still use during season 2 until you found replacements for them. But at the start of season 2, they give you 4 cards, or it might have been 6 cards, you could upgrade to 89s. And you wouldn't be able to upgrade all of them, but you could upgrade like 3 of them, and the upgrades were interchangeable, whereas your roster progressed, you could then take your quarterback and change it to a left tackle, or whatever cards were available at that point. Right, so then for season 3, they made it where you could upgrade to 91 overalls, and they gave you an option of 6 cards, and you got to pick 4 of them. I mean, technically you got all of them, but you couldn't ever actually progress all of them, if that makes sense. And now they're into season 4, and now you get like 92s and 93s or something. Right, the point being is none of the cards ever went away. It's just, as your roster and your collection matured and grew, you would start to replace cards, just like you would do with a normal power creep. So they didn't really need to get away from sets and seasons. It's just their concept and their design was flawed. Essentially, you gave everybody the option every 90 days to just walk away, because they'd already filled up a team with 99s. They got at least some 99s they were looking for, and then you asked them to just give it all up and start all over again. And, obviously it didn't work, or they wouldn't be moving away from it at this point. So, with that said, yeah, I'm curious to see what exactly they're going to tell us about the now and later packs, what you get in 25. And I'm curious to see what else besides the 99 captains that they're going to have in season 4 that is going to show what their plan is for 25. In any case, I'm back. Any updates that come out that seem like they're relevant or interesting or insightful will be around. I'll be back again this coming season for any roster updates with potential to make some stubs and whatever else I can come up with that you guys find helpful. Sorry I've been gone for a bit. the game got kind of stale. I've been playing again for like the last 30 days or so. It was nice to take a bit of a break from baseball football, because you know it's a burnout. They took a game that used to play all year and they burned everybody out by July. Well, maybe not all of you, but damn near most of us, I think. So, with that said, I appreciate the time. If you made it this far, please consider leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing. It helps with the algorithm. I know we've been gone for a bit. I've said it a couple times now, but we're definitely still around. There just wasn't really much to update on. But anyway, we're here. Let's close out season 4 strong. Let's get ready for MLB The Show 25. And until next time, you guys have a good one.